I watched this podcast. I mentioned it once before. It was on Andrew Huberman's YouTube channel. He interviews this lady. She's a doctor. She's a neuroscientist or something. If you look it up, it's about how to beat addictions. And one of the things she said was that people who overcome addiction today are like modern day prophets of old. And I was like, what is she talking about? And she says, because through the tremendous amount of temptation and vices that we could fall into today, people who overcome it, they have a wisdom that is very much needed today. I'm not blowing my horn here because I know that all things happen through the grace of God. I don't do anything. But like, I think about this program, I'm like, yeah, this is sort of prophetic because the biggest challenge in our day is drinking drugs and jerking off, and men are just falling into effeminacy. It's all these things. And it's like, why are we failing as men? Well, look at what we're doing. We're hooked on all this shit. And so in a way, this is like building up the character. It's reviving humanity through bringing strength to men. And so when she said that, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because a part of the reason why I even created this program is because now I got some wisdom. Oh shit, I know what it takes because I fell into vice and now I'm on the other side. Let me show you how I did it. If you talk to anybody who's an alcoholic, like a former alcoholic, you're talking to a really wise person. Have you ever bumped into somebody who was like, yeah, I was an alcoholic, like had a really bad experience. Like, I was in and out of jail, had, multiple car accidents, lost my wife, lost my children. And you sit down and talk to that guy. You wouldn't imagine that he had all that bad experience, because it's like, this is just a wise man. Yeah, because he's seen hell and came back. And so that's a part of what you guys get to develop here. I know, a lot of times we got our eyes so close to the trees that we can't see the forest. But if you overcome what you're struggling with, whatever it is that you're struggling with, if you overcome it, you become a prophet. You become a light for other men. Your friends are going to look at you like, man, we used to smoke weed every day, all day. What happened? At first, they're going to be like, oh, you're no fun anymore. But then when they realize, wow, I threw away my health, I threw away my relationships, I threw away my job. There was so much I could have done with my life. I wasted 10 years. But look at Bob. Man, he hasn't touched weed in 3 years. Even 3 months, they'll marvel. Don't marvel at yourself. Remember, that's a trap. But a year goes by and it's like, wow, man, I haven't touched it. They're going to look at you and they're going to wonder like, well, how did you do it? They're going to come to you because you're a prophet.